to a special New Year's episode of The Executives. I'm your host Majid, and as we step into this new year, I want to start by wishing every one of you a very happy new year. May this year bring you a lot of success, health, and happiness. The episode today is called Reflections, Insights, and the Future. I will not have any guest, but rather talk about the previous year, 2023, and share some insights with our listeners. As we start the new year, we are turning a new leaf on the calendar and reflecting on a year that was in many ways an incredible journey. It is a journey marked by its fair share of challenges and triumphs, lessons learned, and milestones achieved. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all our amazing and wonderful guests who have joined us and shared their insights, stories, and professional experiences, telling us about their milestones, the challenges they had. Your contributions have made this podcast a rich mosaic of executive wisdom. I am very grateful to every single guest that joined us. And the list grows. We have some amazing guests in the next month who will join us and share about their personal stories, their professional lives, and how we can get inspired from them. To our listeners, your engagement and feedback has been the cornerstone of our community, inspiring us to delve deeper and reach higher in every single episode. And a special thanks goes to my family and friends who has been supporting me morally, and also people who have been sharing valuable advice to make this podcast even better. Your support has been the driving force behind this endeavor. I am greatly thankful. And a special thanks to every single person who has been involved in one way or the other by supporting us, watching our videos, listening to our podcast. It means a lot to me. Thank you again for that. As we reflect on the past year, it is clear that it has been a roller coaster ride, filled with its highs and lows. As we start the new year, remember there are new opportunities that are waiting for you, new avenues to be explored, and new horizons to be adventured upon. So as we step into this new year, let us embrace it with open arms, ready to seize the opportunities that await us. So let's talk about reflection and personal review. Why is that important? Reflection is not just about taking a trip down memory lane. It's a very powerful tool for self-awareness, a mirror that we hold up to our experiences, decisions, and actions. It's about asking ourselves questions like, what have I learned? How have I grown? Where can I improve? This process of introspection is the core of personal and professional development. You see, self-awareness isn't just about understanding your strengths. It's equally about acknowledging your areas of improvement. It's about recognizing patterns in your life, what propels you forward and what holds you back, like peeling layers of an onion. Each layer of self-reflection reveals a deeper insight onto who we are and what drives us. In the business world, where decisions and strategies shape companies' futures, the importance of self-reflection cannot be overstated. It is what turns experiences, whether successes or failures, into valuable lessons. As we look back on our choices and actions, we gain clarity. This clarity guides us in making more informed, thoughtful decisions in the future. But the question arises, how can you actually do self-reflection, or how can you look on yourself? So I'm going to be sharing some of the techniques that I use that help me make self-reflection a habit, and also these techniques work for me. First and foremost, the most important thing, it is essential to recognize that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to reflection and review. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's perfectly fine. What I'm about to share might not work for you, but well, because we are different human beings, you can get inspired from it. Use it if it works for you. But the key here is finding a method that resonates with you and your lifestyle. For me, reflection starts with setting aside a few minutes each day, maybe an hour a week, or a dedicated session each month, quarter, or even once a year. This is your time to disconnect you from the world's noise and connect with yourself and your inner self, to be able to think about what did you do in the last year? How did you grow in the last year? These are things that are actually going to help you further to evolve into someone better. The first method I would like to talk about is the classic one called journaling. This can be as simple as a daily diary or as structured as answering specific prompts about your goals, feelings, and experiences. Journaling allows you to capture your thoughts and feelings, providing a valuable record on which you can look back. Another approach is to create a visual timeline of your year. This could involve a physical or a digital collage of photos, events, milestones, and significant moments. It's a great way to see at a glance how far you have come over the year. For those who are more digitally inclined, there are several applications and tools designed for reflection and goal settings. These tools often include features like reminders, prompts, analytics, and also regular check-ins to help you track your progress over time. And these are really simple and very fun to use. Another thing that I have been doing a lot is mindfulness and meditation. It can also play an essential or a key role in self-reflection. Sitting quietly at times and reflecting on your thoughts and feelings can provide you deep insights into your personal and professional life. What I do is I sometimes go in the park. Now it's winters, but generally speaking, in summers the weather is nice. You can actually go sit and also think about the decisions you made, the things you have done so far, and also you can think about what's next. How do you want to grow yourself? Because sometimes nature tends to inspire. Nature is very colorful, vibrant, and those calm vibes of, at least for me, sitting in a park gives me this thought that I can think about something that I did, or how I would like to proceed with something. So it gives clarity. So I always tell my friends that it's important for you to have a mentor or a coach. And a mentor or a coach can actually be very helpful. Why is that? That's because a mentor or a coach normally is someone who has more experience than yourself. And if you go to them for advice, they help you out. And the thing is, they lived another life. You live another life. So if you share with someone, for example, a regular check-in with your mentor or coach, you converse with them about these decisions you took. These can bring in external perspectives and help you see your experiences or decision making in a completely new light. And lastly, which is one of the most basic things, but it helps a lot, is take into account the power of conversation. Sometimes simply talking things through with a family member, friend, or colleague can bring you clarity and new understanding. So remember, the goal of reflection is not to dwell on the past, but to understand and learn from it. As we enter this new year, I encourage you to embrace the practice of reflection and personal review. It's a journey that leads to deeper self-awareness, enhanced decision-making, and a richer, more fulfilling life and career. If you have a different method or way how you reflect on yourself, I would love to hear about that. Please share with us in the comment section. So let's take this moment now to reflect, review, and grow. Now, coming towards 2023, 2023 has been a year where I learned about my friends. They lost their jobs, heard some of my friends who actually got unwell. Then one of my friends' parents passed away. And I also made a lot of new friends. My professional network grew a lot. I met people I hadn't seen in a long time. Then I saw my friends getting married, and I also saw some of my friends became parents. These are just some of the things that I personally saw. The year 2023 has been monumental for me and everything I've worked with. However, I want to share two examples of things I've been involved with in 2023. The first one is called a news website, and it's called Startup Bar. And this very podcast, The Executives, a dialogue with Majid. So let's start with the Startup Bar. What began as a concept towards May 2023 to share news about startups and innovation actually blossomed into a reality towards June 2023. And my amazing team has actually published well over 1,200 articles with a word count of over 400,000 words since its launch. I remember when we started the whole thing, the news website, we would celebrate something as small as, hey, you know what, someone liked our post on LinkedIn, and then we signed up a media partnership. which was really big for us because we just started out. And each of this was a lesson for us of teamwork, collaboration, and the spirit of entrepreneurship. And then there's the birth of the Executives Podcast. I launched this platform to connect with experienced professionals to share insights and stories from the business world. This podcast grew far beyond my expectations. We had 9 different amazing guests from 8 different nationalities, ranging from fintech towards marketing, PR, then legal, and so on. And we also had over 2 million views within the first 3 months of launch, which shows the significance of the platform that I'm building. When I first thought of launching the podcast, I spent a lot of time planning and strategizing how to promote the podcast. And I treated this particular podcast as a product because when you launch a product, you think of a go-to-market strategy. So I drafted a go-to-market strategy of how I would actually promote this. And the results were very evident. People want more. People are actually asking for more guests, different kinds of guests, which shows basically that this is something people are willing to listen to. People want to get inspired. People want to listen to issues of other professionals. People want to see the challenges, because maybe the challenge I have today was the challenge of someone yesterday. And I can learn from that without basically trying to fight my way across it. When I launched this podcast, I remember there was excitement, plus there was an emotion if they would work or no. And I was a little bit worried that if it doesn't work, but I am very grateful again and thankful for every single like, follow, comment, share, every person who has actually engaged with the comment. I'm greatly thankful. This podcast has become more than just sharing knowledge. It has become a source of inspiration, knowledge, and building connections. I learned many new things in every single episode I record across the different roles, geolocations, and industries, of how one industry tackles one problem in one geolocation and the same industry tackles the same thing in a different approach because of the geolocation and the culture behind. I encourage you, our listeners, to reflect on your year. Think about your achievements, your challenges, and your growth. What have you learned? What would you do differently? Most importantly, what are you proud of? Feel free to share your stories with us. Your journey, like ours, is unique and worth celebrating. This episode is dedicated to every single one of you who has been fighting through the last year, came out braver, stronger, and more educated than last year. It's been a year of building, starting new ventures, learning from setbacks and successes, and the most important thing, supporting each other. The key takeaway for me is the importance of stepping forward, of taking that leap into the unknown, because that's where true growth happens. Let us carry the spirit of reflection and growth into the new year, embracing the lessons of the past to shape a brighter future. Now we have looked upon how to reflect on yourself. I gave some examples from my own self. Now let's talk about how do you actually look onto the future or planning for the new year. As we stand at the threshold of a new beginning, it's essential to set goals and plan how to achieve them. Planning isn't just about listing what we want to accomplish, but creating a roadmap. So let's start with setting clear, achievable goals. These goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, also referred to as the SMART goal approach. For example, instead of saying, I want to improve my leadership skills, which is not measurable, how do I say I became a better leader? Or how do I say, when do I check if I became a better leader? A SMART goal would be something like, I will attend a leadership workshop by the end of first quarter and implement learned strategies in my team meetings every week. So there it is very specific. It is measurable. If by the end of March I don't attend a conference, I didn't achieve my goal. Is it attainable? Yes, it is. It's not something very complex. It is something doable. Is it relevant to me? Yes, because I want to improve my leadership skills further. Is it time bound? Yes, I gave myself time of a quarter for this. That is why having goals that are very clear or use the SMART approach will actually help you. But planning isn't just about professional goals. It's equally important to consider personal aspirations, wellness, hobbies, or spending time with loved ones. A well-rounded plan for the year should encompass all facets of your life, creating a balance that fosters personal and professional growth. Another critical aspect of planning is anticipating challenges, thinking about potential obstacles and how you might overcome them. This isn't about pessimism, it's about being prepared. Dwight D. Eisenhower once said that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable. This paradox highlights that while our plans might change, planning equips us to handle unexpected situations, which is why it is important to plan. And another example I always quote is, if you are going on a holiday trip, you always think, where do you want to go? What is your budget like? So you can go to make a trip in that particular budget during that time when you're off. So you have to plan. So that's why it is important that you understand that planning actually helps. And as you chart your course for the year, consider flexibility. Life is unpredictable and our plans need to have room for adaptation. Be kind to yourself if circumstances require you to modify your goals. Lastly, remember to review and adjust your plans regularly. Monthly or quarter reviews or every 6 months can be incredibly helpful to track your progress and make necessary adjustments. So as we enter this new year, let's embrace planning as a task and a journey that guides us, keeping us focused and driving us towards achieving our goals. Let's make this year one where our plans turn into actions and our actions turn into achievements. As the new year started, I wanted to share something I see a lot of executives doing, and I also do myself. It is called the concept of time blocking. Time blocking is about dedicating specific blocks of time to different tasks or different type of work. Instead of working reactively, you proactively plan how to spend your time throughout your day. How does it actually work? At the beginning of your new week or day, take a moment to plan out your schedule. Allocate specific times for emails, meetings, deep work, and breaks. For instance, you might set aside the first hour of your day for strategic planning, a fixed time in the afternoon for checking and responding to emails, and another block for team management or personal development. Time blocking helps you stay focused on one task at a time, reducing the mental load of multitasking and the inefficiencies that come with it. It also ensures that important tasks get the dedicated time they deserve. Another very important aspect about time blocking is to schedule for the unplanned activities or interruptions, which are inevitable in an executive's day. This gives you the flexibility and reduces the stress of dealing with unexpected issues. And remember, the most effective time block is one you commit to. It takes some time and it might take some trial and error to figure out what works best for you. But once you do that, you find your rhythm, you will notice a significant improvement in your focus and productivity. My first time block was half an hour. And after that, I have been increasing. Now I'm able to plan my entire day with more blocks throughout the day. So give time blocking a try. It's a simple yet powerful tool that can transform your day, allowing you to manage your time more effectively and accomplish more with less stress. So this was a tip I wanted to share today. I call it the executive productivity tip for today. Try it out and let us know how it works for you. And if you have any productivity strategy that has actually worked wonders for you, feel free to share with us in the comment section. At the heart of the executives, a dialogue with Majid, lies a vision far beyond just sharing insights and stories, cultivating a community where every voice, experience, and piece of feedback becomes a cornerstone for our collective journey. That's why I want to take this opportunity to invite each one of you to participate in our engaging dialogue. Have you set any goals for the new year? What are the challenges you are anticipating? What lessons have you learned from the past year that you are bringing into 2024? Your stories and experiences are incredibly valuable. I believe they can inspire me, the other listeners, and also encourage the other people in our community. How can you be a part of this dialogue? You can just leave a comment on the video if you're listening on YouTube. So feel free to share your thoughts on your plans for New Year, or even ask questions you would like to explore in the future episodes. Remember, there is no contribution that is too small. Each thought and story adds up to a unique perspective to our collective understanding. As we enter this new year, let's make it an year of engagement where we listen, converse, share, and grow together. I encourage you to reach out, engage, and be an active part of the executives community. And I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. This is about it for today's episode. As we draw this episode to a close, I want to reflect on the journey I've shared today. I talked about the importance of reflection and setting intentions for the next years ahead. And I hope these discussions have sparked inspiration and motivation in each of you. Remember, the start of a new year isn't just a change in the calendar. It's an opportunity for growth, setting new goals, and embracing the challenges and opportunities ahead. As we step into this new year together, let's carry forward the lessons learned, the aspirations set, and the spirit of resilience that defines us. And I would like to thank all of you for being a part of the Executives, a Dialogue with Majid. Your engagement and feedback makes this podcast a meaningful and dynamic platform. Let's continue this journey, sharing insights, growing, and building a community that supports and inspires each other. So until next time, stay curious, stay motivated, and more importantly, stay connected. Here's to a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. Thank you for listening in, and take care. This is Majid signing off.